let me explain, if I may, for a couple of minutes, how my own experience is that the circles have overlap, at least for me, and they're not actually tangential.
So like the order of the universe and things like that?
No, listen for a minute, because it's not the usual explanation that other people offer. Now, keep in mind that I view the Bible pretty much as historical fact, as written. So, for me, the influence that spirituality has in my science is that I experienced that science was hard, and this is every kind of work is hard. Any way you try and earn a living is hard, including science, because of the fall in Genesis chapter 3, right? When Adam and Eve sinned, God said, "Cursed is the ground because of you, and by the sweat of your brow you'll earn the bread that you eat, and it will yield its thorns and thistles." And that's true whether or not we're literal farmers or whether or not we're making our living as scientists. So when science was hard for me, and it was hard for me, right? Because my first year of college, I didn't know what a function was.
Oh, no.
And I'm in freshman calculus. So could you imagine this difficulty?
Yeah.
All right, and so I managed to get through 4 years at LSU, and then I'm at MIT for graduate school. And I've got to retake a number of undergraduate courses because I don't know if I didn't learn as much as I needed to at LSU, or maybe it wasn't even possible. Maybe at MIT was just such a higher level. I needed to take these courses. But where it came through for me was in prayer, because when that work is so hard, too hard for me to do in my natural strength, the thorns and thistles and sweat on my brow, I just ask God for help. Lord, help me pass this test. Lord, help me finish this homework set. Help me finish this problem. Because Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Because the purpose of work being hard from the fall of man and sin in Genesis 3 was not just to beat man down. It was a redemptive discipline so Jesus could lighten the yoke when man humbles himself and asks for help. Right? In the Lord's Prayer, didn't Jesus say, as part of the Lord's Prayer, "Give us this day our daily bread"? Right? And so your daily bread, when you think about it, is success in that work or education that's going to position you to earn a living.
So like you've interpreted that as like what you need to stay alive. I don't know what bread would be in this case is probably like whatever statistics you have. As in, because a lot of like if you're gonna say the historical like what was happening in like the early church and things like that would be what's the word? Like because the historical church has been being like heavily persecuted and where was the Lord's Prayer again? I think it was
Lord's Prayer is Matthew 7.
Yes. So
Maybe
Matthew
6.
would be, for example, would be a